today we're going to look at the top 5 games that the narcissist wants to play with you to control your mind and manipulate your emotions. The first way of doing this is by pretending not to understand. So if you spend any time on narcissistic abuse forums or online, you'll see there's a tremendous amount of attention given to the question, is this narcissism or is this autism? And I think a lot of this is because many people with NPD and in the cluster B spectrum rely on a sort of fake stupidity as a tactic for getting themselves out of trouble. They simply pretend not to understand basic morality, basic cultural mores, basic societal norms, so that they can shrug their shoulders and say, yes, you did catch me doing the terrible thing, but I didn't even know that that was wrong. It's usually pretty easily disproved. If you're in a romantic relationship with somebody, you're having an argument with them over something they did that was morally wrong. They claim not to know that that was morally wrong. You only have to imagine, how would that person respond if you two were together watching a TV show and that scene played out and they correctly sided with the good character and correctly condemned the behavior of the bad character? That would prove that they do indeed understand perfectly well what is right and wrong and what is considered normal and acceptable.
So, breaking it down, what's being said here is that it's a classic narcissist strategy to play the victim and claim that they don't understand. However, a measure of this is how they react to similar situations when they're merely an observer on the outside. Do they show an understanding of what's right or ethical? Understand the repercussions of poor choices? Interestingly enough, we can see this at play when Megan Cole discusses Army for Jesus, as is evident in the following extract from one of her live streams.
Well, okay. I will say this. I know what it's like to have everybody coming at you. I know that it's hard. I know that it's hard. And the problem is that I've been honest with everything and stay true to my word. And
honest with everything and stayed true to my word? Okay, Megan. We believe you.
I'm 95% truthful. I'm not doing anything wrong. So she can't blame me. She can't blame anybody but herself at this point.
She can't blame anyone but herself at this point. Megan. Honestly, you say that you don't understand why people go at you, but you can see that Army's actions have led to people going after her, as you would describe it. This, to me, says that you do recognise that your own actions are the reason that content creators are still looking at you quite closely.
She needs to get off her high horse and start to realize that, she's making waves where she doesn't want to make waves. I mean, if she doesn't want, she's doing it to herself. She inserted herself. That's what they all said to me.
So, just for clarification, it sounds like Megan is saying here that Army brought attention onto herself because she inserted herself. And that she's inferring that Army deserved the attention because she brought it on herself. Does anyone see? Yeah.
So why should I feel anything different for her? And I'm sorry if that sounds cold, and I'm sorry that our kid got sick, but yeah, you just, my son said the other day he's tired of cops, showing up over YouTube. And that's only happened once when she called the cops on me.
Okay, this is off topic, but your son saying that he's tired of cops turning up over YouTube implies that it has occurred on multiple occasions, not just once. I guess it's also possible that her son never said anything of the sort, and that the lack of agreement in that comment comes from the fact that it was made up on the spot.
So maybe that's her karma, is that she's getting it back. I don't know. Because I was trying to prove a point that, if that's what she wants, then that's what she wants. I can't help what she's doing. So it's up to her.
I can't help what she's doing. It's up to her. Here, Megan is acknowledging that A for J is suffering fallout because of her own actions. Yet, when turned around, she apparently can't understand why people still focus on her or respond to things that she says or does in a negative way.
And some people are going to say, oh, I'm being cold to her. No, I'm honestly telling her, Army, if you're listening, which I know you are, honey, stop. Like, if you're obviously pissed someone off. I don't know who you've pissed off, but you've pissed someone off. And I think it's your Jesus that you've pissed off, and he's trying to tell you need to stop. That you're lying on people, and your karma's coming.
So apparently here, Megan can see that Army for Jesus needs to stop because she's lying on people and because it's having a negative impact on her. How many times have we heard Megan say that she's not going to stop? She doesn't understand why people think she should stop.
Because you're lying on people. That's all you do in the name of Jesus. You lie on people. And that's horrible. I mean, that's a horrible thing. It's a horrible thing you're doing, and you're getting karma. And I'm sorry that that's the way it is. It sucks that you are having that. It does. That's all it is. It's all for shits and giggles for her. And, like, she thinks it's funny. She thinks she thinks that everybody's against her and that everybody's trying to make her look crazy. No one's trying to make you look crazy, lady. You look crazy on your own. No one has to do anything to support that. You're doing it on your own. And I'm sorry that you think that anybody is out for, against you, but it's really not my problem.
She thinks it's funny. Funny like when you make a comment about a CRV that it has a freshwater smell. Or what was the other one? That's right, the song that you sang that you thought was funny. I think it's really telling that she's saying that she thinks everyone is against her in reference to Army, and then follows up with, you're doing it on your own. Essentially, she's saying the right things here, the logical things, but she can't apply them to herself. When it comes to her, everybody is against her.
And she's gonna say, well, why don't you care about me? I'm like, you didn't care about me, lady. Why the fuck should I care about you? You'd be laughing at it. You'd be giggling at it. You'd be like, Daisy got sick. Just like you guys cut you off at it, but Daisy got her heart broken. Just like when you say Daisy's not hurt. Just like when you say that Daisy's a twin or Daisy's fat or Daisy's, all these things. You brought kids into it. So I'm not jumping on your bandwagon.
If you go back a little, you'll recall that she was actually talking about Misty discussing her own kids. And now she's saying, well, you inserted your children, or you spoke about your children, so don't come running to me. Okay, where was the first place that we heard about your own children, Megan? Just wondering. Because now you're crying about everyone talking about your children and inserting your children. Where did that come from?
I don't have anything against anybody, and anybody that knows me and that knows that you can talk to in here knows me. I am generally one of the most caring people known to man. And when it does come up that she's crazy, I've said to them on many occasions, I have to remember when everybody was coming at me and how hard it is. And you take it hurts mentally and physically.
I don't have anything against anybody. Do I even need to tackle this one? How many creators has she come at with her negativity and her false accusations?
And unfortunately, she's not helping herself.
She's not helping herself. I'm kind of speechless right now. Okay, what she is showing us here, though, is that she understands that there are consequences for your actions, and that if you are doing the wrong thing, it's going to come back at you. She can apply this to Army, but not to herself.
She keeps putting out fake narratives and all these things, and it's hard because people, trust her, and people trust creators out there to do the right thing, and when they don't, I've seen a lot of people come and go on YouTube, and I've seen a lot of people on here, and Cece's the perfect example that we don't have to have the same beliefs, but we can all get along. We don't have to have the negativity. And some people thrive on it. And I'm sorry, but I believe Army thrives on it.
We don't have to have the negativity, and some people thrive on it. So she's recognizing that what Army is doing is creating negativity because she thrives on it and she enjoys that sort of conflict. Megan, just stop and take a look at yourself. You recognize that your behaviors are wrong. You're recognizing that these behaviors in Misty are wrong. Why can't you see that they are the same for you?
And she has people fooled that she's like that, and it's really quite sad because no one deserves what she's going through. But again, she's kind of done it to herself. So
Again, she's saying that Ami has kind of done it to herself by what she was saying and how she was acting. So next time Megan is crying about being picked on or being targeted, remember this: she does know that she's done it to herself. She knows that she could stop to put it to an end.
not me that's giving her a hard time right now. It's up to her, and she's gonna take the lickings, and maybe she'll come out stronger. And I hope she does. And if I can help her in some way, shape, or form, I will try to help her. See the ways of not being cold to everybody all the time.
So Megan can help Army to see how she should actually treat people. That's what I'm taking from this statement. Yeah.
And the niceness, you catch more flies with honey than you do with vinegar, and she's catching the vinegar right now. And that's on her.
That's on her, she says. Yep. Think about that, Megan. Next time you're saying that you're the victim.
Now, is it my fault? No. Did she ask for it? Yeah. Did she have haters? Yeah. Is that my fault? Nope. Did she ask for it? Well, that's what everybody said to me when I came out here and I had my breakdowns or whatever. She got it on a bigger scale where it's the